Hi, I'm Tom Wineman with Clean Energy Design is my company, and we got involved with Race Point Light long ago when they decided they wanted to have energy made from renewable sources, and we started with Don Root and Jim Walker, and we first planned for an electric system because they wanted to not have to use their diesel generator every day to provide their power. So we started with a photovoltaic system, which is 2 kilowatts, and a battery bank and an inverter in the basement, which we'll see later. And then a few years later, we supplemented with a wind generator to also provide electricity, and that allowed them to expand the use of the keeper's house to also use the whistle house for accommodations. Okay, so this is the heart of the system. It's an inverter which converts the power from the renewable energy sources outside to the common household power that we use in the keeper's house, and as well as the whistle house. So that's it's fed off of a battery bank here, which is a large enclosed space, enclosed bank of batteries, and those keep the system up and running night and day, and for cloudy times and for windless periods when we don't have sources of power. The inverter converts the power from the sources outside, the photovoltaics and the wind, or the battery bank, and it converts it into the power for the lights and other appliances that are used by guests and the keepers at the lighthouse here, as well as the whistle house that we saw earlier. The power is fed out to a meter, which we just happen to keep a recording of all the power that we're using here, just like a regular home, and it's through a standard distribution panel that often people have in their basement. There's charge controllers for the battery banks for both the solar and for the wind generator, which is on the other side of the house panel. And then we have additional equipment beyond that for the solar thermals that you saw for storing hot water, and we'll look at those in a minute. Okay, I'll show a little closer view of the wind generator control, which is this box here, which has an emergency stop button, and then also a charge controller similar to the photovoltaics we saw a minute ago. These duck under and work with the inverter and bypass the house panel at this point and go to the batteries. The wind generator control is a little bit different than photovoltaic panels in that if you have a very charged up battery bank and you're not using much power, we need to actually create a load on the wind generator to protect it from damage if it was providing a lot of power on a windy night when there was no power being used. So it has a heater unit over here that's against the solar thermal cistern. That just happens to be a load that can be switched by the controller, and this heats up and provides a load on the generator if there is a windy night and no need for other power.
Excellent. Could you explain about the cistern and how the water goes out to the panels?
Yeah, well, we can move around this way to look at the cistern for the hot water system.